Ashtottara Shata Sri Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nitya Leela Pravishta Om Vishnu Pad Paramahansa Ashtottara Shata Sri Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Srila Prabhu ki jai. Jai Saptam Gosai Sri Srila Sachidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Srila Narottam Srinivas Shyamananda Prabhu Trai ki jai. Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur ki jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Das Raghunath Sada Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Srila Swarup Damodar Rai Ramanandadi Gaura Parsada Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem Sikoho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Antardvip Mayapur Simanta Dvip Godrum Dvip Madhya Dvip Kola Dvip Ritu Dvip Jana Dvip Moda Druma Dvip Ruda Dvibatmaka Shri Shri Navadvip Dham ki jai. Jai Shri Purushottam Kshetra Shri Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopi Go Govardhan Dvadashavanatmaka Shri Braj Mandala Dham ki jai. Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Yamuna Ganga Tulsi Bhakti Devi ki jai. Jai Shri Shri Radha Govinda Radha Gopinath Radha Madan Mohan Ji ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda Radha Shyama Sundar Radha Raman Radha Damodar Ji ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Madhava Ji ki jai. Srimati Lalita Vishaka Adi Ashtasaki Vrinda ki jai. Shri Rupa Manjari Rati Manjari Ananga Manjari Adi Manjari Vrinda ki jai. Shrimati Vrinda Devi ki jai. Shrimati Purnamasi Yogamaya Devi ki jai. Shri Gopishwar Mahadev ki jai. Sarva Bhishta Pradata Giriraj Govardhan ki jai. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Sudarshan Chakra Jiv ki jai. Bhakti Vigna Vinashana Shri Nrsinga Dev ki jai. Bhakta Pravara Shri Prahlad Maharaj ki jai. Charu Dham Charu Sampradaya Charu Acharya ki jai. Akara Matraj Shri Chaitanya Mat ki jai. Or Ananya Shakamat Samuha ki jai. Shri Vishva Vaishnav Rat Sabha ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Tri Bhuvana Pavana Harinama Samkirtana ki jai. Tri Bhuvana Mangala Harinama Prabhu ki jai. Hare Krishna Maha Mantra ki jai. Sachinandan Gaura Hari ki jai. Shri Nityananda Mahajana ki jai. Shri Pancha Tattva ki jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Shri Nitai Gaur Prem Anande Hari Hari. Nitai Gaur Prem Anande Hari Hari. So we should open up our song books to the song Gauranga Bolite Habe Pulaka Shari. So now I want that you will read the translation in Russian language of this song. Before we sing the song, you can read the Russian translation, nice and loud, of this song. Read the Bengali also. First, line by line, Bengali, and then you read the Russian translation. Then the second verse, like this.
Горанга балита хаде, пулака шанира. Хари хари балит, болит жена, яны богинира. Как скоро наступит тот день, когда прикинет ангел. Волосы на моем теле поднимутся, и глаза мои наполнятся слезами. Стоит ли лишь мне начать повторять святые имена Хари-Хари? Арака Бенита Чандер, Каруна Хаиби, Самсаров, Васана Мура.
When you read it, then say verse 2. Verse 1,
verse number 2.
Yes.
Стих номер 2. Арака Бенита Чандер, Каруна Хаиби. Шутхахаби Мана, Кабе Хама Херабо, Шри Вриндавана. Когда мой ум очистится от мирских устремлений и тревог, когда я смогу увидеть Шри Вриндавана? Стих номер 4. Рупа Рагунатха Паде, Хаиби Акути, Кабе Хама Буджа Боси, Югала Перити. Когда во мне пробудится страстное желание следовать за Шри Рупой, Шри Рагунатха Дасой, Госвами, внимая их наставлениям, я смогу постичь божественную любовь Шри Радхи и Кришны. Стих номер 5. Рупа Рагунатха Паде, Рахумура Аша, Прадхана Куройо Сада, Народа Мадаса. Непрестанно молится об этом.
And now we will go to the song Radha Krishna Pranamura.
Sing?
Yes.
Right now.
Yes. Radha Krishna Pranamura.
Шрила Нароттам Дас Такур. Стих номер 1. Рада Кришна Пранамора, Джугала Кишора, Дживани Марани Гати, Арона Химора. Вечно юна божественная чита Радха и Кришна, свет моей жизни. Буду ли я еще жить или умру, у меня нет иного прибежища, кроме них. Стих номер 2. Калиндира Кули Кели, Кандандара Ивана, Ратана Бедира Упара, Босабо Ду Джана. Кандаму лесу, на берегу Ямуны я усажу божественную читу, на роскошный золотой трон, усыпанный драгоценными камнями. Шьяма Гаури Ангедибо, Чандера Чува Чандера Ганха, Чамара Дулабо Кабе, Хириба Муха Чандра. Я умощу темное тело Кришны и золотистое тело Радхарани сандаловой пасты, источающий аромат чуи, и буду обмахивать их чамары, любуясь их луноподобными лицами. Стих номер 4. Гадхея Малати Рамала, Дибо Дахара Гали, Адхари Тулия Дибо, к лотосным устам тамбулу бетель, смешанный с камфорой. Стих номер 5. Лалиты Вишакади, Джатаса Кивринда, Адьяя Карипа Сива, Чарана Равинда. Я буду служить их лотосным стопам под руководством Лалиты Вишаки и всех остальных подруг Радхи. Стих номер 6. Шри Кришна Чайтанья Прабура, Шри Кришна Чайтанья Прабура, Дасира Анудаса, Сива Абхилаши Коре, Народа Мадаса. Народа Мадаса, слуга слуги Шри Кришна Чайтанья Прабу, молится, страстно желая служить божественной чите.
So, this song, I wanted to also read Srila Prabhupada's purport to this song. Very wonderful purport in the original ISKCON songbook. But basically I'll just speak something about the song. And how did I come to know that this song is a very important song in our disciplic succession? Well, first of all, our Srila Prabhupada sang this song. He played the harmonium and recorded this song more than once, on a number of times. He introduced this song in the very beginning. What is the importance of this song? This is the first song. This is the first song in Narottam Das Thakur's songbook. It's called Prarthana. This is the very first song. When an acharya is writing a songbook and he puts the first song in the entire songbook, it has some very deep significance. It's not just any song that he's putting there. This song is meant to be the introductory song for the entire songbook. Understand? So, I didn't really know that until I was with Srila Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and it was his first visit to the West, to America. We knew this song. And even our Gurudev, he used to refer to that because he witnessed our Srila Prabhupada when he was staying in the Keshavji Gaudiya Math in Mathura after leaving his family life. He used to sit in the temple room and weep, singing this song with his harmonium. So what is the significance? This song is so important. And Srila Narayan Maharaj, he said yes, and Srila Swami Maharaj, he also sang it in a very pathetic voice, weeping and crying. So then as he was touring, as he was beginning to tour in the Western countries, on his very first tour, and he came to Los Angeles for the first time in 1996. We greeted him at the airport. We brought him for an hour drive to some outskirt parts of Los Angeles, area named Fullerton. And there was a temple there, started by ISKCON devotees with the help of the Indian community. And that was where it ended up that Srila Narayan Maharaj was hosted there for 1 week, his first week of preaching on the West Coast. Actually, first he came to Holland. From India, for his first time out of India, he came to Holland first, and after he did his preaching in Holland, then he was brought to England. And then he preached in England. It would be nice to see an actual chronological schedule from such dates to such dates. Or which places in England did he go to? They should do this. There should be a chronology compiled of Srila Gurudev's travels. So then he flew from England to America, but the first place he flew to in America was Houston, Texas. And Houston, Texas was a place where he had some Indian disciples who were previously in ISKCON, and now they've come to Srila Gurudev's lotus feet quite exclusively, like Vishnu Prabhu and others. And so they hosted him there in Houston, Texas. But now, during all this time, we were on the West Coast, and we have been given the task to arrange where Srila Gurudev will preach and where he will stay in his American tour. They didn't have anything set up. So I was given the responsibility. God sister, Kasturi Manjari Mataji, and we both together, and then along with her daughter, Kilimba, Kanak Manjari, we set our minds to the task. Where will Gurudev be being set up. And so Gurudev first arrived from Houston, he arrived in Los Angeles, and that was a very amazing event for all of us. That for the first time in, decades since our Prabhupada left this world, now a person of same stature, he is, as a servant of Srila Prabhupada, he has now come to help all the Vaishnavas. So we first of all drove him there, and then Srila Gurudev began his preaching there in Fullerton. He went on his morning walk each morning, just from that temple into a nearby park. And then he came back and there was a darshan in his room. And then, but there was also a morning program earlier with a Mangal Arti and so forth. And then there were also programs that were arranged in different people's homes. Now Srila Gurudev began to direct. Like during his program, he would say, "So you sing this song, Gauranga Balite Habe. Do you know this song?" So I was the first person that he asked, "Do you know this song?" I said, "Yes, I know, but not fully by heart. I have to use a songbook." Then he said, "You don't know this song? This is a very important song in our Sampradaya. You must learn this song." So then I sang, the devotees responded, and we did kirtan before his class. Next day, he gave another program, and again he turned to me, "You should sing Gauranga Balite Habe." And then I was looking here and there for the book, songbook. He said, "Still you don't know?" Chastised me. And again I sang. The third day he did the same thing. And by that time I had already started trying to cram the book into the song into my brain. I remember. From that time, he's asked me to sing that, not asked me, he ordered me to sing that song many times. But Gurudev also explained what is the significance of this song. This Narottam Das Thakur, what is in this song that makes it so important and so exalted in our Sampradaya? Do you have any idea what it is about this song? What makes it so important? Because this song is describing the process. The entire process is given in this song, and then throughout the whole songbook, then it's expanded upon. So what is the first principle in the song? Gauranga Balite Habe Pulaka Sharir. When I chant the name of Gauranga, when will that day come that there will be Pulaka Sharir? There will be standing of the hairs on my body due to ecstasy by chanting Gauranga, by chanting the name Gauranga. When will that be? Trembling, Prabhupada said. When there will be trembling due to ecstasy. You know trembling in the body? So when I chant the name of Gauranga, when will this happen to me? Then Hari Hari Balite. Then when I chant Hari Hari, which also means Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. When you see Hari Hari, All throughout Chaitanya Charitamrita it also means the Mahamantra. Hari Hari. When by chanting the name of Hari, when, kabe, when, Hari Hari balite, nayane babe nir. From my eyes, a flow of tears will flow out from my eyes due to ecstasy. When will that day come that when I chant, this will come? What are you looking at? Yeah, okay. So, Hari Hari Balite Nayane Bhavaniya. Now what did Srila Narayan Maharaj tell about this? In every line, in every verse, the word kabe. In Bengali, kabe means when. Kagda in Russian, kabe. He said this is one of the most important words in the Vaishnava vocabulary. What did he say? What did he say about this word? What I just told.
Это самое важное слово в словаре Вайшнава, когда.
Yeah. One of the most important words in the Vaishnava vocabulary is when. Why is that word important? That's what I want to ask all of you. When Narottam Das Thakur is saying the word kabe, Ar kabe nitai chander, Ar kabe, and when? So why is this word kabe very important? Because without having this mood of anticipation, anticipating when, there can be no real bhajan. There cannot be real bhajan. When it comes from the heart, yearning, oh when, then it can be real bhajan. Then we could begin to perform real bhajan. So Narottam Das Thakur is expressing from his own heart in this verse that, oh Gauranga, when I chant your name, when will this trembling come in my body? Oh Krishna, when I chant your holy names, when will tears flow from my eyes? Then he says, Arkabe nitai chander, karana haibe. Karana haibe means, when will his mercy come to me? Nitai chand, Lord Nityananda, the moon like Nityananda. Nitai Chand. Ar Kabir Nitai Chand. Karuna Hoibe. When will his mercy come to me? Ar Kabir Nitai Chander. Karuna Hoibe. When that mercy comes to me, what will happen then? Samsara Vasana Mor. Kabe tucha habe. Vasana means desire. Samsara vasana, what does that mean? Samsara vasana more. When my desires to stay in this cycle of birth and death and try to enjoy the material enjoyment of this world, samsara vasana, which is very strong in all the conditioned souls' hearts, but by mercy of Nityananda, samsara vasana more kabe tucha habe. Srila Prabhupada explained this word tucha. Tucha means very insignificant. Very insignificant. Like you have a piece of lint on your arm and you go, like that. Very insignificant. If Nityananda Prabhu gives his mercy, then his mercy, the power of his mercy, will cause whatever strong tendencies toward material enjoyment in this world, they will become very weak and very insignificant. You see? That's why he's praying, "Oh Nitai, please be merciful to me." Because if you're full of material desires, you cannot do Krishna bhajan. You cannot enter into Shuddha Bhakti. Our process is not to try forcibly. That is not our process, to try to remove our material desires. Can we do that? Do we have the power to remove our material desires? Do we have the power? No. We don't have the power. No, no, no. No, our process is positive. To pray to the Lord for His causeless mercy, to chant His holy names, to engage our senses and mind in Krishna's service through the 9 limbs of bhakti. And that, through doing that, their mercy will come to us. By our attempt to do that, then their mercy will come to us. Just like the verse, Shrinvatam Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana. That when Krishna, who is sitting in everyone's heart, when Krishna notices that there's this devotee, and this devotee, he's trying to hear about me. So then Krishna, in the heart, he says, "Oh, I will help him." And then Krishna begins to clean all of our anarthas from our heart. Krishna does that. Through Krishna Nam, through Krishna Katha, Krishna does that. We cannot do it. So he's praying for the mercy of Nityananda, hoping that one day his mercy will come. And when his mercy comes, then all these obstacles that are created by so many mundane, insignificant material lusts and so forth, they'll become very insignificant. So, then Vishaya Chariya Kabe Shuddha Habe Man. What is Vishay? Vishay means sense enjoyment. Your senses of this body and your subtle body, they want to enjoy the objects of the senses. Is always obeying the desire of the mind and senses to try to enjoy material things of this material world, then that person will not be able to really enter into Vrindavan. So first of all, he's praying to Nityananda Prabhu to make the samsara vasanas very insignificant. And then the next step is Vishaya Chariya Kabe Shuddha Habe Man. When I let go, when I release this desire for the Vishay, the objects of this world, Shuddha Habe Man, what will happen? My mind will become purified. Shuddha Habe Man. Shuddha Habe Man. But like I said already, this is not a process of just trying to overcome these desires, of trying to enjoy the senses in this world. No. This is a process of trying to give pleasure to the senses of Krishna. Trying to serve Krishna's senses. Trying to serve Krishna's senses, because his name is Rishikesh. Rishikesh means the Lord of the senses, and everyone's senses. So, Vishaya Chariya Kabe Shuddha Habe Man. When I can give up this desire for sense gratification and I can serve Krishna, the master of the senses, then my heart will become completely purified. Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhaktir Uchate. What's the first part of that verse? Yeah, Sarvopadi Vinirmuktam. Sarvopadi Vinirmuktam Tatparatvena Nirmalam. Upadi means our designation. Oh, I am this body. Oh, I am Russian. Oh, I am a man. I am a woman. I am this I. These are called upadis. These are artificial, temporary designations, they're called. So, sarva upadi vinirmuktam. When someone becomes completely free from all upadis, tatparatvena nirmalam. And then, by worshipping the Lord, nirmal, then his heart becomes purified. And rishikena rishikesha sevanam. He engages his senses, his rishika, in serving who? Rishikesh, Krishna, the master of the senses. Rishikena rishikesha sevanam. And this is called bhakti. Bhaktir uchate. That means this is what you call bhakti. So Narottam Das Thakur is praying that when I give up this desire for material enjoyment in this world, and I will give up all my objects of this world, only using the objects of this world to serve Krishna. I don't renounce anything. I don't renounce anything. Actually, everything belongs to Krishna. Everything should be engaged in Krishna's service. Krishna is the owner and the controller of everything. So, bhakti means that I serve his senses. Rishikena rishikesha sevanam. So this is bhakti. This is devotional service. Into this equation, we also include Krishna's pure devotees, who are in expansions of Krishna. Krishna's pure devotees are also to be served with equal devotion. So, what will happen when this Vishaya Chariya Kabe, when we can give up all of these Vishaya, objects of the senses in this world? Then what happens? Shuddha Habeman. Our mind, the mana, we're reading Manasiksha. Mana means mind. And Raghunath Das Goswami is giving instructions to his mind. So Narottam Das Thakur is saying, when I give up these desires for the Vishaya of this world, then Shuddha Habeman. What will happen? My mind will become Shuddha, purified. Then, Kabe Hama He Rabo. What happens then? See, this is progressive. I'm trying to explain to you. This is progressive. One step, next step, next step, next step. That's why this song is so important. These are the different stages that we will have to go through. So now, Shuddha Habeman. When your mind becomes purified, then Kabe Hama He Rabo, Sri Vrindavan. Only then can you actually see real Vrindavan, Sri Vrindavan. Otherwise it may look to you like any other ordinary place with cement buildings and some rivers and some land and like there's trees. But to actually see Vrindavan, to perceive it, the mind has to be purified in bhakti. So now the last two verses are speaking about what we are going to try to do by our studying the Manasiksha. Rupa Raghunatha Pade Hoibe Akuti. Rupa Raghunatha Pade Hoibe Akuti. Narottam Das Thakur is praying, oh, when will I have intense eagerness to follow the footsteps of the six Goswamis, from Rupa Goswami up to Raghunath Das Goswami. And Prabhupada also told, when will I be eager to read the books that have been given by the six Goswamis? What will take place then when that kind of eagerness arises in the heart? What will happen then? Kabihama bujhabo se jugala priti. At that time, I will be able to understand what is the jugal priti, what is the love of Radha and Krishna, what is the beauty and sweetness of their forms, of their pastimes, of their associates, of their dhamma, all of the pastimes. To bujhabo, that means to understand. Kabihama bujhabo se jugal Radha Krishna. This is what we want in order to study Manasiksha, in order to study all the different books by our acharyas. We have to have this eagerness. When will I become akuti? Akuti means eager, not just ordinary, but eager. I'm so eager. I'm so eager that I can follow in the footsteps of the six Goswamis. And then I can understand Jugal Priti, the love of Radha Krishna. Otherwise I will not understand. And then finally, Narottam Das Thakur is completing the song, again saying Rupa Raghunatha Pade. Pade means their lotus feet. So following in their lotus feet, Rupa Raghunatha Pade, Rahu Mora Ash. When will my asha, my hope, my whole aspirations of my heart will be in the lotus feet of Rupa Raghunath? Rupa Raghunatha Pade Hoy Rahu Mora Ash. So with my hopes in the lotus feet of Rupa and Raghunath and the six Goswamis, then Prarthana Karoi Sada Narottamo Das. Prarthana Karoi Sada. With this prayer, Prarthana means prayer. Narottam Das Thakur is always praying this prayer. Prarthana Karoi Sada. Sada means always. So this is the process. I've taken my time to explain this song so that you can have some deeper impression. Because I see, even in my touring in Russia for many, many years, I could see the devotees, they don't know too many songs. These are foreign language, Bengali. But again and again, they like to sing Gauranga Balite Habu. They like to sing that song. But to understand the deep meaning of the song, is also necessary. When you're singing a song, but then you're just like parroting the words, like a parrot, like a bird. You're just parroting the words. But think something is better than nothing, of course. If someone cannot penetrate into the deep meaning of the song, then okay, sing the song, read the translation like this. But we have to pray with earnest when we sing these songs. You know what we have to pray? I'll tell you what we have to pray. This is what Srila Narayan Goswami Maharaj told, is that we have to pray to the author of the song, O Narottam Das Thakur, please allow your moods in which you have written this song to enter my heart. Those moods that you have written this song, please let them enter my heart. Then this is genuine attempt to perform bhakti. Otherwise it's only external. He didn't do it all through the years, but especially on that first and second tour, he would have this song sung each time. And after he would have this song sung, there was another song. The other song is also by Narottam Das Thakur. We would sing it in the same melody. And what is that song? We sang it today, or no, sorry, we read it today. Radha Krishna Pranamor. Now this song, what is it? What is this song that Narottam Das Thakur is presenting? This is also from his book, Prarthana. But here, now Narottam Das Thakur is actually performing his internal worship. His internal worship. And he is praying and aspiring that the divine couple Radha and Krishna, they will become my life and my soul. He's telling that actually they are my very life. Pranamor. Pran means life. Radha Krishna Pranamor. He's speaking to Radha and Krishna. He's not speaking about them in this song. He's speaking to Radha and Krishna. O Radha Krishna Pranamor, Jugala Kishore, Jivane Marane Gati, Ar Nahi More. Can we say that genuinely? O Radha Krishna, you are my very life and soul. I don't know anything than you, in whether I am in living or in life or in death. Jivane and Marane. That means while I'm living or when I die, I don't know anything except for you. Aranahimo. I do not have any other desire. Radha Krishna Pranamor Jugala Kishore. Do we want to have this kind of a mood? Do we strongly feel this mood? No. We cannot fully and strongly feel this mood. We have to admit that we are very greatly lacking in this regard. But we may have some attraction. we may have some attraction. That, oh Radha and Krishna, you are my very life. I want. Kabe, when will that be? That you are my very life and soul, Radha and Krishna, Prana Mor, Jugala Kishore. Whether in my living condition or my death condition, Jivane Marane Gati Arnahi Mor, I don't have any other than you. I don't have any other than you, O Radha and Krishna. I have no other shelter. Jivane Marane Gati. Gati means also shelter. You are my Gati. Aranahi Mor. I don't have any other than you. Very exclusive. Now Narottam Das Thakur, he begins to tell about his aspiration. And this aspiration is not in his physical body of being what? A maidservant, a manjari. Of who? Of Radha and Krishna. But the manjari mood is that, yes, Radha and Krishna, everything. So, and how he will serve the divine couple directly. In Goloka Vrindavan. Where? On the banks of the Kalindi, Yamuna River. Kalindira Kule Keli, Kadamberavan. On the banks of the Kadamberavana. And there, Ratana Vedir Upar, Bosabo, Duja. You two personalities who are my very life and soul, O Radha and Krishna. There will be a jeweled throne there. A jeweled throne there. In the Kadamba forest, on the banks of the Yamuna. And that jeweled throne, I will personally seat both of you on that throne. Understand? Narottam Das Thakur is describing this perfectional state. How internally he is completely absorbed in serving the divine couple, and how he is serving the divine couple. How? So Kalindira Kule Keli, your amorous pastimes. Keli. Keli means their play, their pastimes. Radha and Krishna's sweet pastimes. In this Kadamba forest on the bank of the Yamuna, I will seat you upon a jeweled throne. Ratana Bedir. Ratana means jeweled. Upar Bosabo. I will seat you upon this jeweled throne. Both of you divine, you two, this divine couple, Jugal Kishore, Radha and Krishna. Now he tells Shyama Gauri, Ange Dibochua, Chandanera Ganda, Chamara Dulabo Kabe, Heribo Mukachandra. So he is now worshipping these two personalities whose complexions are dark and light. They are Shyam, Krishna's color, and Gauri, golden color of Srimati Radhika. Like a dark rain cloud with a lightning bolt through the rain cloud. So, as you are seated on the throne, then I will take chandan paste, that means sandalwood paste, and it is scented with a very sweet scent called chuya. So that chua chandanera ganda, ganda means very fragrant, and I and then, after I have anointed you in this way, your two forms, so beautiful, like rain cloud and lightning, then I will get your beautiful forms. Heribo Mukha Chandra means Kabe Heribo. When will I behold your Mukha Chandra, your moon-like faces? When will I behold your shining, beautiful, moon-like faces? Then he says, Gatya Mala Tirmala Divo Dohar Mala Tirmala. To make a garland, to use the string and to make the flower garlands. From what? Malati flowers. Gatya Mala Tirmala Divo Dohar Gale. Dohar Gale means both of your necks. I will place these beautiful garlands. After stringing them, then I will place them on your beautiful necks. Yes. Then, Adare Tuliya Divo Karpura Tambule. Karpur Tambule. What is this? This is the betel nuts. And they're flavored with karpur. Karpur means camphor. So I will prepare these and I will directly feed them into your lotus mouths. You see? When will I place in your lotus mouths, O Radha and Krishna? Can you imagine how intimate is the service of the manjaris? We want this. This should become the strongest desire in our hearts. Then, and the Ashtasakis, and all the other Sakis, many types of Sakis, many different types of Sakis. You know the word Saki? What is the meaning of the word Saki? Friend. It means friend, Saki. All the relationships in Goloka Vrindavan are in this mood, Saki Bhav. Srila Gurudev once told, a devotee asked, will we recognize our Guru, who was our Guru in this life, from this world, when we finally attain the eternal realm, Goloka Vrindavan? Will we recognize our Guru there? Oh, you were my Guru. You were my Guru in previous life. Will we recognize that? That was the question of the devotee. And Gurudev told, no. There is no Guru-disciple relationship there. Only Saki Bhav. Very intimate. Very intimate relationship in Saki Bhav. But what is there is called what? The mood of being subordinate in terms of the service of the divine couple. There's a hierarchy of service. Dasa, 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 anudasa. Servant of the servant of the servant. That is there. So, anugatya. Anugatya means to be under the guidance of. So everyone in Krishna's, Radha and Krishna's pastimes, they are all under the guidance of superior personalities. But there is not this mood of guru-disciple there. Although that may be there for pastimes sometimes. But the mood is so intimate, so full of loving feelings. So now Narottam Das Thakur is saying that Lalita Vishaka Adi Jata Shaki Vrinda. He says, now on the order, Agyaya Koribo Seva, on their Agyaya. Agyaya means order. To give an order, you do this. Right? On the order of Lalita, Vishaka, and the other Sakis, then I will serve their lotus feet. Charanara Agyaya Koribo Seva Charanara Vinda. This service is not going on by their independent arrangements. No. It is all by the order of Lalita, Vishaka, Chitra, Indulekha, Rangadevi, Sudevi, Champaklata, Tungavidya, the Ashtasakis, and the Ashtamanjaris, and so forth. All is going on by their order. So, Agyaya Koribo Seva Charanaravinda, by their order, by their permission, then I will serve the lotus feet, yes, of Radha and Krishna. Agyaya Koribo Seva Charanaravinda. You know, our meditation on Sri Guru as composed in the Guru Vastakam prayers of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, in the 6th verse, Nikunjayuno Ratikeli Siddhyai, Yayali Bijuktir Apekshanya, Tatra Didakshad, Atti Vallabhasya, Vande Guru Sri Charanara. This meditation is a direct meditation on Sri Guru, how he is situated in the association of the gopis in the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Nikunja yuno ratikeli siddhyai. How to bring these beautiful ratikeli, that means their loving pastimes, Nikunja, in the beautiful forest couple, yuno means the divine couple, and their ratikeli, their sweet, playful pastimes. Siddhyai. Siddhyai means to serve them and make these pastimes perfected. Ratikeli siddhyai. This is their eternal paraphernalia. Ratikeli siddhyai. Yayali bir juktir apekshaniya. Where is Sri Guru? The gopis. So Sri Guru is situated there, juktir apekshaniya, and is being engaged in these arrangements for making Radha and Krishna's pastimes complete and completely perfecting and fulfilling their desires. Tatra didakshat. Tatra atidakshat means that Sri Guru, in his eternal spiritual form, who is serving Radha and Krishna in the groves of Vrindavan under the guidance of the gopis, Sri Guru is very expert in performing all these beautiful decorations and pastimes. Tatra atidakshat and atiballabhasya, very, very beloved. Sri Guru, in his eternal form as a manjari, she is very beloved to all the gopis. Very beloved. Very beloved. So, Narottam Das Thakur has written this song, and he's describing some of the prayer. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhur Daser Anudasa Seva Abhilas Kare Narottama Das. Now he comes into his external consciousness as a servant of the servant of the servant of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he's stating his Seva Abhilas. What is my desire to serve? Seva Abhilas Kare Narottama Das. I am yearning, this Narottama Das is yearning for the service of the divine couple. We heard the other day that Srila Gaura Das Babaji Maharaj was asked a question once. Our Gurudev also told this past time. Srila Gaura Das Babaji Maharaj, here in Navadvip Dham, was asked, how can we attain this great treasure of Gaura Prem? How will it be possible for us to attain this great treasure of Gaura Prem? And then Srila Babaji Maharaj, Gaura Das Babaji, he replied, you simply have to go to the marketplace and you purchase Prarthana and Prem Bhakti Chandrika. You read, you study deeply, you pray, you perform bhajan, you contemplate, you memorize, you remember. You will attain Gaura Prem. So he didn't make it complicated. He just said, everything is there in these two songbooks of Narottam Das Thakur. So should we study those songbooks? What do you think? Should we study them? Yes, we should. We should study them. Should we follow them? Yes. According to our adhikar, according to the degree of our qualification, then we can begin to try to study them, and then we can begin to try to live them, to apply them in our spiritual practices. This is the reason why Srila Narayan Goswami Maharaj, this is the reason why he told, sing this song Gauranga Bolite Habe, because this is the first song. And this now will bring you into the realm of bhajan that is described in these books. Only when there is eagerness and when there develops some little bit of this introduction, because we're going to start to sing these two songs in each class. Maybe some others we will also sing. But as we are studying the Manasiksha, and then this will enable us to appreciate to some degree what Srila Raghunath Das Goswami is giving to us. The methodology, how to perform Rag Marg Bhakti. So now, So we are continuing in our reading of commentary. We started to read that commentary in our last class. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalataya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Girim Yat Kripa Tamaham Bande Shri Gurun Dinataranam Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Namo Mahabhadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gaura Trise Namah. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Takta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyaye Keshavasya Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavachai Namo Namaha. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare. I offer my unlimited Dandavat Pranams, my Shraddha Pushpanjali at the lotus feet of my most beloved worshipable Gurudev, Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Paramahansa, Ashtottara Sata Sri Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. Then I offer Shiksha Gurudevs, Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Paramahansa, Ashtottara Sata Sri Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj, and Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Paramahansa, Ashtottara Sata Sri Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. I offer my Dandavat Pranams to all my Sri Sri Rupanuga Guru Varga, especially Srila Raghunath Das Goswami Pad, and to Srila Sachidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur. And my Dandavat Pranams to all the Vaishnavas and to all the Vaishnavis. So, in the beginning of this Manasiksha, the first shloka, we're reading that Guru Goste Gostala Ishu Sujane Bushuragane Swamantre Sri Namni Vraja Navayuva Dvanvasharane Sada Dambam Hitva Kuru Ratimapurvam Aditara Ai Swantar Bratash Chatubir Abhyache Drita Pada. Now repeat after me. Guru Goste Gostala Ishu Sujane Bushuragane Swamantre Sri Namni Swamantre Sri Namni Vrajanavayuva Dvanvasharane Sadadambam Hitva Sadadambam Hitva Kururatim Apurvam Atitaram Aye Swantar Bratash Chatubir Abhyache Chatubir Abhyache Drita Pada. Kuro Goshte Goshtala Yeshu Sujane Purvam Atitaram Aye Swantar Bratas Chatubir Rabiache Dritapada. O my dear brother, my foolish mind, taking hold of your feet, I humbly pray to you with sweet words. Please give up all pride and quickly develop deep loving attachment for the spiritual master, for Sri Brajadham, for the residents of Braja, the Vaishnavas, the Brahmanas, your Diksha mantras, the holy names of the Supreme Lord, and the shelter of Shri Shri Radha Krishna, the eternally youthful divine couple of Braja, of each one of these 11 items that are mentioned in the verse. And we've already started to read Srila Gurudev's expansion upon that explanation. Srila Narayan Maharaj explaining in more detail the principle of each of these. So, now, we already read in the last class that there are 4 different types of gurus. What are they? Vardhanapadarshak Guru, Diksha Guru, Siksha Guru, and Chaitya Guru. Chaitya Guru means the super soul, Paramatma in the heart. And he's telling that we should have faith in and very deep attachment for all of them. So, then he's describing how sometimes one spiritual master acts as both the Diksha and Siksha Guru. Yes, they can do. In his case, Srila Narayan Maharaj says, I receive both initiation and instruction from my Gurudev. But if there are 2 separate spiritual masters, Diksha Guru, Siksha Guru, then both should be given the same respect. Now, the Guru should be a Mahabhagwat. Otherwise, what will happen? Then the disciple will lose faith. True faith comes from the heart. It is the thing. And he nourishes the disciples' sambandha gyan, knowledge of sambandha, relationship. He nourishes that in his disciples. And he removes their impediments to advancement, which are called anarthas. So, one who gives instructions for bhajan and upgrades and also nourishes this bhajan. He gives instructions for bhajan and he upgrades and nourishes this bhajan. So he is called an instructing spiritual master. Now, one's Diksha Guru can act as a Siksha Guru for others, and then somebody else's Diksha Guru can also act as one's Siksha Guru. So there can be some difference of a small degree in both, but one is not less than the other. So therefore the word Guru is used for both, and both should be given equal respect. So there are 2 kinds of service that are rendered to the Guru. 2 kinds. Guru Seva. One kind is ordinary Guru Seva, and it arises out of the consciousness of duty. Duty, yes, I must serve. It is my duty to serve Guru. But the other kind of service rendered to Guru, it is performed by the loving affection of the heart, anurag. And this service is extraordinary. This is also called Vishramba Guru Seva. So in this verse, the service of anurag has been described. Now, Gurudev is giving an example of two different types of sadhaks. The first one is a sadhak who follows the normal pathway. He says, this simple sadhak, he leaves his home and he comes in contact with the spiritual master. He takes initiation and he gradually takes instruction also. He makes progress in bhajan. He offers obeisances to his guru every morning. He touches his feet and he performs the ninefold devotion, Shravanam Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam, Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atma Nivedanam. He performs these 9 types of bhakti. So, then, Srila Narayan Maharaj is explaining that there are also 5 limbs of bhakti. 5 limbs of bhakti that are mentioned in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. What are they? Sadhu Sanganam Kirtan Bhagavat Shravan Mathuravasa Shri Murtir Shraddhaya Seva. So these are 5 principles. Listen carefully. What is the first one? Sadhu Sangha. Of all the 64 limbs of bhakti, now Mahaprabhu has said there are 5 that are most prominent and very powerful. So the first is called Sadhu Sangha, to associate with sadhus, pure Vaishnavas. Second one is Nam Kirtan, to chant the holy names. Nam Kirtan. The third one is Bhagavat Shravan, like we are hearing the teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam. And Mathuravasa means to live in Braja. And Shri Murtir Shraddhaya Seva. Shri Murtir means the deity form of Krishna in the temple, the Archa Vigraha. And that deity form is called the Shri Murti. It is his beautiful form, decorating his form, performing arti to his form, arti our eyes. So Shraddhaya Sevan means to serve the Shri Murtir with great faith. Now, then, narrowing this down even more, of all the methods prescribed for performing bhajan, of all the different methods, to always chant the holy name of the Lord, it is topmost. That's why we find that the pure Vaishnavas on the Uttam level, they're always chanting. Always chanting. Always means always. Our Gurudev once told, he said, actually I'm always chanting. I'm always chanting Harinam. Well, how can he be always chanting Harinam if he's also speaking? But that speaking is an expansion of Harinam. He says, I'm always chanting, and only sometimes when I'm in very deep sleep for a few minutes, then I may not be chanting, but otherwise, even in my sleep, I'm always chanting. So, of all the different methods that are prescribed for performing bhajan, to always chant the holy name of the Lord is topmost. So, in the Antya Lila, chapter 4 of Chaitanya Charitamrita, also it is stated by Mahaprabhu, Bhajanera Madhye Shreshta Navavidha Bhakti. What is the best? What is the best and the topmost activities in the pathway of bhajan, to worship the Supreme Lord, to do bhajan. So first it is said, Bhajanera Madhye Shreshta Navavida Bhakti are the 9 limbs of bhakti. So then Tara Madhye, then amongst the 9 limbs of bhakti, Shreshta Nam Samkirtan, the best amongst these 9 limbs of bhakti is Nam Samkirtan, chanting of the holy names. So now Gurudev is continuing on with his description of these 2 types of disciples. So Gurudev says, so one type of disciple places emphasis on executing the activities of sadhana and also hearing, chanting, and remembering. But Gurudev says this is ordinary service to the spiritual master. This is ordinary service. But the second service, which is performed with spontaneous feelings of love, is when the disciple serves the spiritual master first and then chants the holy name and performs other types of sadhana if he finds time after serving his guru. He gives preference to serving the spiritual master rather than to the famous verse that Yasya Deve Para Bhaktir Yata Deve Tata Guru. This means that one should have equal devotion for one's guru as he does for Krishna himself. Para Bhaktir means topmost devotion, bhakti. For who? For the Supreme Lord Krishna, Deve. And then in the same way, Yata Deve Tata Guru. Yet just as he has this love for Krishna, he also has that for Guru. Now, this is an eternal truth. So in the early stages of sadhana, one should have more devotion for the Guru than he has for Bhagavan. Should have more devotion for Guru than for Bhagavan, because hearing, chanting, and so on, they have sambandha. That means a relationship with the worshipful object. But in the beginning, we really don't have much of a relationship with Krishna, or we don't really render service directly unto Him. Guru Seva bestows all kinds of perfection. Now, one noteworthy example of service to the Guru, it is found among the disciples of Sri Shankaracharya. Gurudev actually told this quite a few times. He told about this particular disciple of Shankaracharya. And this particular disciple was named Giri. But later on, he became known as Totaka Acharya. Totakacharya. But this disciple was actually illiterate. He could not read. And he used to wash his spiritual master's clothes, cook for him, and perform other but he tried to hear all. Now the other disciples, they looked upon him, they considered him to be a fool. Yeah? So one day he went across the river to wash clothes, and he got delayed there. And meanwhile, Shankaracharya, his spiritual master, he was scheduled to speak, but he did not start the lecture. Then the other disciples, who numbered 6,000, there's 6,000 disciples there, they asked their Gurudev to start the class. Please start the class. And they said to him, "O Gurudev, except for that one ignorant disciple, all the others are present here. And he does not understand anything anyway, so please start the class." But Shankaracharya kept waiting for Giri. And then after finishing his service, Giri came running and he sat for class and he began reciting Sanskrit verses that were full of beautiful poetry and metaphors. And the others were astonished at his knowledge. Service that is rendered unto the spiritual master with intimacy and great love. See? So Vishramba Guru Seva. And there are several such examples of Guru Seva. For example, Govinda Das, he used to serve Sriman Mahaprabhu. You know, Mahaprabhu had a servant who was named Govinda Das. And he used to serve him when Mahaprabhu was in Puri. And every day, Govinda was serving Mahaprabhu as a menial servant. And Govinda used to tell to Swarup Damodar, he's telling, "Why do you come and make Mahaprabhu cry? Why do you do that?" So Gurudev is bringing up this point that Govinda, he fully understood all the moods of Mahaprabhu, but still he would say to Swarup Damodar, who would come there, and they would sing different verses, and they would make Mahaprabhu cry and weep for hours and hours. So because of his loving intimacy in his service to Mahaprabhu, he used to even tell Swarup Damodar, who was his superior, that why do you come and make Mahaprabhu? No. He understood the dealings of Mahaprabhu. He was not a fool. He understood the deep spiritual emotions, the bhavs of Mahaprabhu. And he could write Sanskrit verses. And he also recorded the pastimes of Mahaprabhu in his notebooks, which were known as kadachas. So the notes of Govinda Das. And these very writings of Govinda Das, they were used by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami for him to compose his Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So Gurudev is saying that a competent spiritual master who has controlled Krishna and has a fully mature relationship with him, he is an Uttam Bhagavat, a topmost devotee of the Lord. And he can instill his everything. And in particular, all perfection in bhakti. So Gurudev is telling that we have so many anarthas, so many impediments we have. Lust, anger, greed, pride, envy, illusion. So many offenses committed to the holy name. So many offenses committed to the deity and so on. And each anartha is removed by a separate method. How is that? To remove anger, one should not have any desire. How do you remove anger? How do you remove anger? Because anger is the result of having a desire which was unfulfilled. Then a person becomes angry. So to remove anger, one should not have any desire, because when desire is unfulfilled, it leads to anger. Now a topmost devotee has no desire except what? The desires to please the spiritual master and Bhagavan and to attain prema bhakti. The heart of such a devotee is the abode of the Lord. Lust can be removed. How is lust removed? By associating with saintly persons and by abandoning all objects of attachment. Now, there is no guarantee that these impediments will not return, but service rendered to the spiritual master can vanquish all anarthas without the possibility of their return. Now the Guru gives the disciple saintly association. The Guru is always giving the disciple saintly association. He speaks Harikatha to the disciple. He engages the disciple in Krishna's service. And thus gradually all of the disciples' impediments are eradicated. So that's Gurudev's commentary on the first word of the first shloka, Guru, Guru, Sri Guru. Now, Goshte, Guru Goshte Goshtalayisha. Now Gurudev is explaining Goshta. What is Goshta? Goshta is Vraja Dham. Vraja Dham is called Goshta. And the residents of Vraja Dham are called Goshtalayim. Goshta, Goshtalayim. So, and they are also served in the same two ways. The Dham and the residents of Braja are served in both of the two ways that was just described for the service of Guru. That there are two ways, ordinary and extraordinary. So, Raga Bhakti cannot be attained without residence in Braja. Can one attain Raga Bhakti without residing in Braja? Is it possible? No. It cannot be attained. It's directly telling, Gurudev is telling you. Without residence in Braja, Raga Bhakti cannot be attained. So now he's going to specify what does that residence mean. Then one should do so mentally. Now I want to make a point about this because Srila Gurudev, Srila Narayan Goswami Maharaj, even though this is always told that if you cannot reside in Braja physically, then you must reside at least mentally, internally. But nevertheless, even though Gurudev is telling that, he would invite everyone every year to come to Braja, to physically come to Braj and perform the Braj Mandala Parikrama in his association and the association of other pure Vaishnavas. And use one entire month trying to do Brajavas. Because Brajavas is not external. It is internal. Even when you are in Braj, if you're not worshipping Krishna, then you're not. He would even override that. He would say, no, you must come and live physically in Braj. He very much emphasized it. But if you cannot come physically, which many people are not able to do, then you should do so mentally, internally. Now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said the following: Jekane Sadhugan, Shekane Vrindavan. What does that mean? that means that that place where the sadhus reside, that place is known as Vrindavan. Jekane sadhugans, shekane Vrindavan. Then Gurudev says, oh, well, this is all right. But Mahaprabhu himself, he very keenly desired to go to Vrindavan. Did he not? In his pastimes? He was desiring to go to Vrindavan, and he even tried 3 times. Stay. He always remained absorbed in the meditation of Vrindavan. So while he was in Puri, he considered the sand dune, Chatak Parvat. He considered that to be Govardhan Hill. And he considered the ocean as the Yamuna. So when Mahaprabhu visited Vrindavan, he became overwhelmed in ecstatic love of Krishna. And then seeing Radha Kunda, seeing over of ecstasy in love of Krishna, his condition became uncontrollable in the madness of the ecstasy and love of Krishna when he directly went to Vrindavan. So, well, the madness of ecstasy in love of Krishna, Krishna prema. So in this ecstasy, Mahaprabhu was embracing Govardhan. He was jumping into the Yamuna. He was weeping and rolling on the ground. And Mahaprabhu's servant, Balabhadra Bhattacharya, he became afraid that the Lord might encounter some. Now, Srila Rupa Goswami has written in the all-important verse number 8 of Sri Upadeshamrita. Verse number 8 of Sri Upadeshamrita. You can say this verse without reading it.
Tanama Rupa Chiritadi Sukirtanano Svertyok Pramina Rasana Nama Rupa Chiritadi Sukirtanano Svertyok Светёк Крамена Расана Манаси Ниоджа Тиштхан Враджета Анураги Джананугами Калам Нает Акилам Утюпадеши Сарам.
Now, one thing I want to point out, particularly for the Russian devotees. According to your language, you pronounce words in a certain way. But one thing that I notice is that again and again and again, when you try to pronounce Sanskrit, you're not pronouncing it correctly. You're pronouncing it like you would as if it was a Russian word. So, just like, what is the first line?
Nama Rupa Chiritadi
Chiritadi? Not Chiritadi. Charitadi.
Nama Rupa Chiritadi. Nama Rupa Chiritadi Sukirtanano.
Okay. That's more or less okay. Tannama Rupa Charitadi Sukirtanano. Now the second line. Say the second line.
Svertyok Kramena Rasanasi Narachikano.
Smrityo Kramena Rasana Manasi. Then Niyojya.
I took second line from 7 verses.
So Smrityo Kramena Rasana Manasi Niyojya. Say it again.
Smrityo Kramena Rasana
Manasi Niyojya. If you learn the meaning of the words, what does Rasana mean? You know the meaning of the word Rasana? Don't look at the synonyms. What is the meaning of the word Rasana? Smrityo Kramena Rasana. Manasi Niyojya. What does that mean? That means that the tongue, rasana, and the mind, manasi niyojya, should be completely engaged in what? Tannama rupa charitadi sukirtananu. Smrityo, remembering always. Smrityo kramena means sequentially. That gradually, step by step by step, all your tongue, your mind, your remembrance of Krishna's name, form, qualities, pastimes, all of this should be done in sukirtananu. Then say the third verse, the third line.
Tishtan Rajeta Anuragi Jananugami.
Yeah. Tishtan Braje. What does that mean? Tishtan Braje. What does Tishtan mean?
Need to live in Vrindavan.
It means to be situated.
Inside.
To be situated there. Tishtan. Staying there. Like where do you stay? You stay in such and such room on the second floor. Tishtan. You're staying there. So where should one be when one is following this instruction of this verse? Braja. Tishtan Braje. One should be in Braj. What? Haribo. Tad anuragi jananugami. So here the word jananugami. Jana anugami. To follow in the footsteps. Anuga. Anugami. Tishtan Braje Tad Anuragi Jananugami. So, being situated in Braj, and there in Braj, being under the guidance of the Anuragi Jan and the Anugami Jan. Anugami Jan are who? These are the eternal associates of Mahaprabhu, like the 6 Goswamis who lived in Braj. But externally, they're showing the activities of the sadhak. And what are the Anuragi Jan? There's the Anugami Jan and there's the Anuragi Jan. What are the Anuragi Jan? Those who have Anurag for Krishna. They're called Anuragi Jan. And who are they? All what?
All
associates.
Associates in Braja.
All associates in Braja. Do the trees have Anurag for Krishna in Braja? Yes. In this world they cannot have. But in Goloka, the trees also have Anurag, spontaneous love for Krishna. Deep, deep attachment to Krishna. Do the cows have? Do the peacocks have? Does the clouds have? The Yamuna River? All have Anurag for Krishna. But especially the Gopas and Gopis. The cowherd people. They're his eternal associates. They're his family. His eternal family members. So Raganuga Bhakti means to follow both and performing this continuous sukirtana of Tannama Rupi Charitadi Sukirtana. And then in the last line he says what? Last line. What's the meaning of the words? Kalam Nayed, what does that mean? What is the meaning of the word kala? Kala. Kala means time. Kala. So here he's saying, Akila kalam. All of your time, kalam nayet, should be engaged. All of our time, 24 hours, should be engaged in this way. And then he finishes the verse with the state. Yes. Upadesha sar. Sar means the essence. This is the essence of all instructions that are given in all shastras, all instructions. Iti upadesha saram. This is the essence, this one verse. So our Gurudev used to tell this verse many, many times in his preaching. That this is the real practice of bhajan. When one follows the first 7 shlokas of Upadeshamrita and becomes capable of doing Nam Samkirtan, then comes the 8th shloka. And performing this sadhan bhajan 24 hours, this is the essence of all instructions. So Gurudev is quoting this verse. He is saying that the devotees should gradually withdraw the tongue and the mind from all other objects and should engage them exclusively in chanting and in remembering the glories of Sri Krishna's names, forms, qualities, and pastimes. They should spend the guidance of a spiritual master and Vaishnavas who are deeply attached to Sri Krishna. And this is the essence of all advice. Now, Gurudev is giving a very clear example. How does Sri Raghunath Das Goswami serve? How does he serve? Now he's explaining. While one servant massages the legs of Sri Rupa Goswami, then Raghunath Das Goswami, internally absorbed in the perception of Srila Rupa Goswami's and his own eternal forms as maid-servant assistants to Srimati Radhika, then Raghunath Das Goswami smiles. And he recites the following verse, which is verse number 1 from Vilapa Kushamanjali. And this is a very interesting verse, because Raghunath Das Goswami is speaking this verse from his internal absorption in his own eternal spiritual form, and Rupa Goswami as Rupa here Purismin Pungsa Parasya Vadanam Nahi Pashyasiti Bimbadare Kshatamanu Anagata Bhatrikaya Yate Vyadai Kim Utach Chukapungavena. So here, Raghunath Das Goswami is speaking to Rupa Goswami, not Rupa Goswami, but Rupa Manjari. And he is saying, "Oh dear friend, Rupa Manjari, you are famous in Braja as a very, very chaste girl. And you never so much as even look at the face of any other man. Your husband has been away at another village for the past few days, and yet your lips are freshly cut. Oh, can it be that some excellent parrot has bitten them, having mistaken them for a bimba fruit?" And so what is Raghunath Das Goswami telling to Rupa Goswami? It's a joking conversation, very intimate. It's joking. This is the first verse of Vilapa Kushamanjali, that in a very intimate way, Rati Manjari, that is Raghunath Das Goswami, is joking with Rupa Manjari and saying to Rupa Manjari that, oh, Rupa Manjari, you are known as the topmost chaste girl in all of Braja. You are famous. What does chaste mean? Chaste for a woman means you never look at another man, especially with any kind of lusty feelings. So he's telling here, oh, Rupa Manjari, you're very famous in all of Braj, that you are a most very, very deeply chaste girl. You don't even look at the face of any other man. But now, I have a question. Your husband are freshly cut. What does that mean? What does that mean? Your lips are freshly cut. What does that mean? That your lips are freshly cut. She's telling to Rupa Manjari. Your husband's away. But the fresh cut. And he makes a joke. She makes a joke. That, oh, who has cut your lips? Your husband is away. You know, in the affairs of marriage, husband and wife, they kiss each other on the lips. And sometimes very heavy pressure. Sometimes some cut may come on the lips. This is very pleasurable to them. So Raghunath Das Goswami, in his internal form of Rati Manjari, is joking with Rupa Manjari and saying, oh, how did this cut come? Because your husband has been gone for a few days, but this is a fresh cut. So them for bimba fruit. You know how birds, they like to bite fruit? Parrots. So he's saying, oh, this must be because your husband is gone, and you are very famous that you never look at the face of another man. But it must be that a parrot has come and bitten your lip, because he's thinking that your lips are fresh bimba fruit. The parrot is thinking. So what is the meaning? Very deep, esoteric, and very sweet meaning. What is the actual meaning? The actual meaning is this. Rupa Manjari is the topmost servant of the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. Rupa Manjari is always assisting, and all the other Manjaris are assisting Rupa Manjari. Swami, in his books, that the service that is performed by the Manjaris to the divine couple Radha and Krishna, when they're even in their most intimate moments in the Kunja, so many different conjugal marks are coming on their bodies from their sweet affairs. Not like in the material world, it is garbage. It is just disgusting lust. Beautiful, sweet, eternal, and so attractive, so attractive. So Radha and Krishna, when Srimati Radhika is having her pastimes with Krishna, then what takes place is that various markings come on her body and also on Krishna's body. But this is speaking specifically of Srimati Radhika's body, transcendental form. that certain markings. And now, what is the marking? Cut on the lip. Why is Rati Manjari, Raghunath Das Goswami, saying to Rupa Manjari that there is a cut on your lip? Because Srimati Radhika has this cut on her lip. And because they are manjaris, by the intimacy of their service, those ecstatic markings and symptoms appear on the bodies of the manjaris. Do you understand? Do you understand? This is the deep meaning of this verse. But it is also revealing, and I'm speaking from having read Vilap Kushamanjali with the purpose of Guru, also being Guru and disciple. In the transcendental abode, this is how intimate they are. That Rati Manjari is joking with Rupa Manjari. Oh, how has this cut come? Can this cut have come from the best of parrots? Who is the best of parrots? Chuka Pungavena, Krishna. Krishna is the best of parrots. You see. What to say? This is what we want to become familiar with this. Otherwise, there is no question of doing Shuddha Bhakti. There's no question. Unless we become familiar with the writings of our Goswamis. So then, when Rupa Goswami hears this first verse of Raghunath Das Goswami, Rupa Goswami smiles. Rupa Goswami smiles. So we'll finish here that the Vilapa Kushamanjali, this is the very first sloka. And after this, in our next class, Gurudev will quote the second 72, verse number 72 from Vilapa Kushamanjali, where he's describing how Rupa Manjari is massaging and stroking the hair, her hair. Yes. Sri Krishna, they're both very fatigued in their amorous pastimes. And now Srimati Radhika is resting with her head in the lap of Sri Krishna. She's resting. And Krishna is gently stroking her hair. And Rupa Manjari is doing what? Gently massaging her legs and also fanning Srimati Radhika, massaging her legs. And Rati Manjari, Raghunath Das Goswami, Rati Manjari is watching this with very greedy eyes of Rupa Manjari's service. So we'll read that and continue with Srila Gurudev's beautiful Anuvritti commentary on the first sloka of Sri Manasiksha in our next class. Jai Shri Manasiksha ki jai, Srila Raghunath Das Goswami Pada ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Govinda ki jai, Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaur Prem Anandi. Everyone say Hari Hari Bol when I say Nitai Gaur Premanande. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna. Jaya Sachinandan, Jaya Gaura Hari, Sachinandan, Jaya Gaura Hari. Jaya Nitai, Jaya Gaur, Jaya Nitai, Jaya Gaur. Nitai Gaura Hari. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Haribo. Jai Shri Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Haribo. Vrindai Tulsidebai Priyai Keshavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Sachavajai Namo Namah Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha